What's up, guys? Welcome to the journey of becoming her. If you are new here, please do subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like the video and you leave a comment. So today I just want to talk to first years if you're entering the university for the first time, and maybe this video can also apply to matrix. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to talk about the first year life according to my own experience, my personal experience, and those who have passed the stage as well can leave the comment in the comment section what their experiences have been like and what advice they do have for the first years. So obviously you are leaving your home, you're going to a new city or you're going to a new place, you are alone, your parents are not there. We know that we often receive that advice from our elders, but we often take it lightly when they say that when you go there, your parents are not going to be there. In my language, they will say you're going to be doing mambun, things that like your parents or your guardians don't see. So you basically have the freedom. And we often mistaken that for having to be in control of our lives. We often mistaken the freedom for having control. So I'm just going to divide this in different sectors. So now let's focus on the life as you get to university. You're going to meet different people. You're going to meet different personalities. This is the time that you yourself are still discovering yourself. You are still finding who you are on your own outside your family. Because when we are home, we get to be in this bubble where like, okay, my mom wants me to be like this, so I'm going to be like this. My mom wants me to be home by 6 p.m. I'm going to be home by 6 p.m. But now you're discovering yourself. What time do you want to be home? What time do you like to be home? What is it that you like doing? When you're home, you can't go to parties. You don't have the freedom to go to parties. You don't have the freedom to go clubbing. You don't have the freedom to just stay out with your friends. You don't even know if you're introvert or you're extrovert. Some people are lucky enough to know that by the time they are still in high school. But for some of us, it took us to be outside our parents' home for us to discover ourselves. So this is the point where you're getting to know your real self. And this stage is very critical because there's new friends, people that are also from different places, from different homes. And now you come together and now you have this freedom and now you don't know what to do with this freedom. And it's easy for you to get pulled away, pull this side and go this side, go to this place, do this without even discovering if that's what you like. But you get to find that you are happy with that because you think that's what you like because of the freedom that you're getting. I don't know if this point is very clear, but you get to be confused because now people with different personalities come together and they influence the character that you have. And now because you have all of this freedom, you think you have all the time in the world to just focus on your life and you often forget about school. So now, guys, when you get to university, please take time. I'm not saying that don't make friends. Please do make friends, especially when you're going to a different place where there's diverse people, where there's different cultures. Take time to make friends. But I'm just saying, when you're making friends, please have limitations. Please have boundaries. Take time to know yourself. Take time to know who you are outside your parents' home, outside your friends that you've just currently made. Find out what is it that you like, what is it that you want to do, or what is it that you want to pursue as a human being, what is it that you want to be. Please, this is like a please thing. Take time to know yourself, to know deep inside who you are, And when you know that, that is like the firm foundation. It's not easy for you to be shaken. It's not easy for you to be pulled this side. It's not easy for you to be pulled this side. So yeah, that's that. The lavish life that you see at the cities, it's not gonna run away. I know that often our parents tell us this, and that's true, guys. It's not just something that they are saying. They've experienced this themselves, and that's true. Like the life that you see, it's not going anywhere. So don't take your time and focus on that. Take your time, focus on yourself, and find out if that's what you want to pursue as a person. And then you know that if you decide to take that path, that's fully your decision and it was not influenced by anyone. So that's point number one. Know yourself. Get time to know yourself outside your friends and outside your parents, outside everything else, and just be new. Number two, set goals. set goals. When you get to university, set goals, because you get to this new environment where you're not used to academically, socially, and you get so busy. You are wowed. Okay, this is the life. It's so easy for you to forget what you're there for. But if you set goals from the beginning, then it's easy for you to keep on going back and looking, okay, this is what I want, and keep on working on what you want rather than what you're experiencing at that specific time. You get what I'm saying? That will help you setting goals, always revisiting your goals, always checking, okay, academically, by the end of the year, I want to be here, I want to do this. So that's number 2, set goals. Number 3, if you're from a religious family, if you grew up in church, most of us know that when we grew up in church, it's not basically because you chose to go to church. It's because your family goes to church and you just grew into that. Mostly you don't even have a relationship with God. You just go into church because it's a norm. It's just that thing. Not going to church is not even an option at home. But when you get there, please do not do that thing of like, I'm not going to find a church, I'm not going to go to church. Please do find a church and plant yourself in a church. I'm saying this because, guys, as much as being free, all of that is like nice, you do need God at university. And trust me, kneeling in your room alone is not enough. It's not enough. Saying that me praying is enough for me to it's not enough. You do need other people. You do need people with different experiences. You do need people who see God differently apart from you, in a different perspective, in order for you to grow. Yes, being in a relationship with God is a personal and a very no one else should influence that in any way. It should be you. But you do need to grow as a Christian, You do need to grow as a person who is in a relationship with God. And how can you do that if you are alone? You can't do that if you're alone. Take, for example, in this country, I could just say, I can be my own doctor, I can be my own therapist, I can be my own lecturer, I can be my own teacher. It's not gonna work. For me to be fully developed and for me to be healthy, to be where I am, I need teachers, I need doctors, I need therapists, I need all of those things build me to be the person that I am today. Just like with the relationship with God, we need different perspectives from different people. You do need to know, okay, listen to someone preaching and you get to think, no, I didn't even think about it that way. And that revelation of that other person is building you and growing you as a human being, as an individual. And also it keeps you on the path. It keeps you on the path. Some people are privileged enough to not need that, or they're privileged enough to just go to university and continue being on their Christian journey. But for some people who are on the Christian journey not because of a choice but because their parents grew them up into this, it's very hard to go to university and stay on that road, So find yourself a church, get planted in a church, and you will see that your life will, because God never disappoints. And also, guys, we do need to pray. Yo, never miss prayer. Never miss prayer. There's so many things that are happening spiritually that we are not aware of, and having to pray, having to understand what prayer is will help you go a long way. I feel like I overemphasized this point, but anyway. The fourth thing, guys, academically, let me tell you my experience. When I got to university, I took the knowledge that I had from high school and I just applied it at university. It doesn't work like that. If I knew, I would have, before I even went in to write my first test, I would have sat down with my lecturers and understood them and understood how they want me to portray the information that they are imparting in me. My first test ever at university, I got 50%. And it's so funny saying this because at university, my first 3 years, I was thriving. I passed so well, so many distinctions. And that did not start with, it did not start like that. It started somewhere. My first test, 50%, and that's the pass mark, remember, at university. I was so sad. I was said. And it's not because I did not study. So what I basically did is I went to my lecturer for that specific module and I asked, why did I get 50%? Because I wrote this test well, and and that lecturer got to explain to me that I think you applied what you used to do at high school. This is not high school. This is university. When they ask you something for 10 marks, you don't give 5 things, because each and everything is going to get 2 marks. You can even get a half a mark per point. You did write everything that you wrote as well, but it was not enough. And that was how the lecturer wanted me to write. They wanted me to write enough information. They made me understand how I got 50%. And the next test, I got 84%. And it's not because I studied more, or it's not because I had sleepless nights, or it's basically because I gave enough information. That's what my lecturer wanted. And I got to do that. So I understood how the lecturer wanted me to answer her questions, and I answered the way she wanted me to answer. Even when I'm studying the way that will help me answer the questions that the way the answers are needed. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I feel like that was another tongue twister. But anyway, understand your lecturers. This is a key point. Understand your lecturers, understand how they want you to answer, and take note. Each and every lecturer is different. Some lecturers would want you to answer straight from the textbook. Some lecturers just want you they just want to ensure that you understood the question and you understood what it wanted, and you gave your own understanding. But some lecturers want it straight from the textbook. So understanding your lecturers, understanding how they want you to answer, that is like the best way to go when it comes to writing your test, and when it comes to achieving like above average. Obviously, the most obvious, study and all of those, you guys know all of that. You are from Matricmus, so you know that you do need to study. I'm not going to overemphasize on that. The fifth thing, know your learning style. I am going to overemphasize on this. Know your learning style. Guys, we learn differently. And in high school, well, where I went to high school, and I know some other public high schools, they don't really focus on how you learn better. So it's just like, okay, reading and writing is the best way to learn, and you just go with that. But as individuals, we all have different ways of learning. In university, you go to class and the lecturer is just going to explain a few things, but the most work is done by you. So you have to understand how you best learn. For example, I can't cram to save my life. If I don't understand something, it's over. I can even just go into the exam room and not write anything because I don't understand. There's nothing I can do about that. So I have to make sure, for me to understand this, how best do I learn? There's different learning styles. There's read and write, which is the most obvious. There's visuals. Some people learn better with visuals. And the lecturer is not going to come there and do visuals for you, because you might find that in the lecture room, there's 60 of you, or in the list of the students, there's 60 of you. So the lecturer is not going to focus, this learner learns best visually. You are the one who's responsible. The teacher or the lecturer is going to teach you or lecture you the way that they think it's best, but the most work needs to be done by you. So you go back into your room, and then you're like, okay, this is the information, this is the resources, this is the material that I have. So how best do I take this and put it in a way that I will better understand it? For visual, how do I put it in visual? For actions, kinesthetic, if you are a kinesthetic kind of learner, how do I best put this into this way, And if I am a visual, I've already talked about visual. There's read and write, there's visual, there's kinesthetic, there's audio. If I best learn in audio, then how do I put these resources that the lecturer gave me into audio so that I can better understand the information? You can record yourself. If you are a read and write, you can rewrite. You can read and rewrite what is offered to you. If you are an action person, you can turn it into action. Some people even turn their resources into music because they best learn through music, which is audio as well. Guys, learn about learning styles, do research about learning styles, find different types of learning styles and try them all. If you don't know what you already are or how best you learn, try them all and see which one is best for you. For me, personally, I learn by read and write. I read what is given and I transfer my understanding into paper or into a computer. And then from there, that's when I learn best. I compare based on what I read and based on what I understood. Is it the same thing? And from there, I correct my mistakes and then I rewrite again. So that's me, and that's how I learn. I can't just read only and expect everything to be in my mind. No, for me it takes more effort, and for some people it doesn't even take effort. But yeah, for some of us it takes more effort, and it took university for me to understand how I learn, which makes me think that for me not achieving the best metric results wasn't maybe because I was not I couldn't, but it was because I didn't understand how I best understood the resources or the information or the material that my teachers provided for me. So it's important to understand your learning style, and it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to apply that learning style and to best put it in a way that you understand it. Yeah, so what's another thing that I wanted to talk about? Guys, the bare minimum. Give time to your studies. Give time to your books. We do different courses. Know yourself. Know how you better understand. Know how long it takes you to understand. Some people can read today while they're writing tomorrow, and that's okay for them. They will still achieve the best. But for some of us, we have to it takes weeks for us to get to understand something fully and have to apply that information that we understand. One of the last things that I want to mention, guys, is that please, on weekends when you don't have anything to do, just go out, refresh, be social, because you can't always be on your books 24/7. For me, it doesn't work. I don't know about other people, hence I said it's important to understand yourself. So you need to be social if you can. It refreshes your mind and it takes your mind off books a bit. Just to close off, guys, also don't forget to prioritize your health, prioritize your mental health as well. And this doesn't mean ignore your books. This means getting into a routine. Get into a routine if you can, because that's the best way to do. Get enough sleep, exercise, put exercise into your routine as well. It might be hard. University is not easy. You might have 7 lecturers that have different material. Everyone might require you to submit on the same day and stuff, and it might be a bit too much. But learn to find ways that make you produce the best results. And yeah, I feel like that's all. If I get something, I'll just put it in the comment section. But that's all from me. And those who are listening and not first timers, please do advise our first time entering students how they can better maneuver their time at university and how they can maximize their results while still maintaining a good social life and a good mental health, good physical health. That's it from me, guys. I wish you all the best, and I hope you guys produce the best results. I hope you guys enjoy your university years, and yeah, see you guys on my next video.